Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Prison Architect Alpha 27 episode 8. In the previous episode we managed to get most of the tiling done in this cell block here. As you can see, the shower is lovely and clean. There we go. And we've got this walkway all the way along. The idea was that the grey tiles here, the concrete tiles, were where the prisoners would walk, and the rest of it was they wouldn't go there. And these guys are obviously saying, you know, F the police, I can do what I want. I'm walking on the brown tiles instead of on the concrete tiles. Thug life! No, oh, well, that just hasn't worked at all. And basically, we got all that put in, and I decided that it looked quite good, and did. However, people have pointed out a slight flaw in my plan. Now, if you have slow tiles, so, for example, if I go to my materials here, we can see that wooden floor, for example, has walk speed normal. If we put that around there, then generally the prisoners would prioritise the faster walking area and stay off this bit. But because these are the same, they're just going to take the slowest route, which means they do walk over the tiles that they shouldn't. And honestly, I really did think about going back and changing these tiles so it was actually either wood floor or something that was lower speed so they wouldn't do it. But then I thought, you know what? These people, the prisoners that are here, have committed some quite serious crimes. I don't think they really care about staying to the to the walkways that they should walk on. So there's symmetry there, at least, isn't there? So I think we will leave it. We'll leave it as is. Right. What I also asked is, what do you think we should do here? This is the there's a mix between concrete tiles. Most of it's got concrete tiles, and this has got the metal flooring. And I asked, which do you think you prefer? As I thought, the vote was pretty much split. So I'm just going to go with concrete tiles, just for sake of keeping it the same. What I'm also going to do is just extend that as well, as many people asked for that. Or one or two people asked for extending that, so we've got the same one gap all the way around everywhere. I think that is quite good. Anyway, that's that all sorted. What I need to do now is go to wooden floor and then put some wooden floor in the security station, like so. I'm going to do it in both security stations there. The concrete tiles I'm going to completely shove in, I think, around here, like that. Okay, because the idea is that the prisoners will walk around in all of them areas, so they are allowed in that. That is wrong. I've started placing it over there. There we go. And then we will put the concrete tiles in most of the walkways in the solitary. That is actually designated as solitary. I had to double check that. And we'll go to metal floor, and then we're going to put metal floor in the solitary area, which is generally what we do because it looks quite good. There we go. Right, I'm also going to go to mosaic and put a little mosaic-y tiles in there as well. Outside, I still have not yet decided what I'm going to do, but we will see. So, these are our other cells up here, and they are just getting all placed there. If I open my prisoner intake, we're probably going to get the same amount of prisoners as we got before, which is 19, and, oh, it's 22 prisoners. I think it is based on the time and the day and such, so yeah, we'll have to have a look at that. Just need to go to materials. In this episode, by the way, we will be mostly eating acorns. No, that was a joke from the fast show. But I'm going to be mostly placing all of my tiles and getting, hopefully, most of the tiling done. Certainly, we'll get the tiling done in both cell blocks that we've got left. The high-risk supermax cell blocks at the top and bottom. Does that look all right? That big walkway in the middle? I think it does. It looks alright there. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No problem with that at all. Obviously, I'm in the middle of work time, so it's not the ideal. It's not the most ideal time to start messing around and placing tiles because obviously the workmen have to go and do that. And then what happens is that the workshop gets starved of metal plates and such. But we are making quite a bit off that. In fact, someone did mention that I should probably go to my Bureaucracy tab. And if I can find the bloody thing, that Bureaucracy, and actually get the tax relief for 10k, which is we only pay, instead of paying whatever amount, it says, let's have a quick look. Yeah, 15. We reduce our taxation to 15%. I think its baseline is 30%. So once we get that, then we'll get a bit more money from the workshop. We could also get offshore tax haven, which is 1%. Again, that's something we've mentioned, and there's been discussion about in the comments as well about the there is an element of this business sort of thing in, and especially with that offshore tax haven and such. And it's it does make you think, at least about what should be right, and is that right, and is that wrong? And I'm sure many people would argue either way. You could probably argue either way on that one. Anyway, what I'm going to do is keep an eye on this area here. Last episode we had someone, or we had a whiff of someone tunneling around here. So I made sure that I was going to keep an eye on it when the dog passes. And as you can see, we've got our guard dog and the dog handler coming along. There we go. Actually, we have two, and that one is obviously faster. Now they're probably getting back into position over here. Will they smell it? I don't think they will. Nope, they haven't smelt that. Right? I don't know if they can smell while going that speed. I know that the dogs will smell different things like narcotics and such, but I don't know about tunnels. I think it's a slow thing that they have to do anyway. Can you hear the dog smelling away there? Oh, they're going back to this kennel. You git. You absolute monster fathead. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, okay, I guess I'm not going to do that then. Let's check that. Ooh, that looks quite good, doesn't it? That does look quite good. Excellent. Right, okay, that's fine. That's all that working. Let's get on with putting in... Let's just check up here first. That all works. Job done. Let us go to my materials and then to concrete tiles. And then it begins. So we'll put concrete tiles everywhere around here. Like so. Actually, that's one thing I need to check. Yeah, we didn't put any concrete tiles at all in them little entrances there. I thought that was the case. Right, so this walkway will be only 2 on the way around. Like that. Apart from this bit, which will be a really big, thick chunk, like that. And then all the way around. And up to there. And then into that little bit there. Again, look, they're sitting around there. Someone said we should put some benches in these sort of gaps like we have here. Like I could put benches down the center here. I actually thought that was not a terrible idea, and I might even implement that shortly. But one thing I'm very cautious of, or very aware of rather, is that the whole idea was that this prison is... You know, it's high risk and supermax. You know, you wouldn't generally have an area like that where they can congregate in the center. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. We need to do the center cell area as well, which is going to be a bit of a pain, but I'll do my best. Now, I'm going to have to do all of these manually because... I say manually, I'm going to have to go down the top and then the bottom because we can't just pull it straight over because the center one is different from the rest of them. So we'll do them all separately, and then we'll go down and do the center ones. Now obviously they'll have a slightly different entrance because they've got a gap of 2, an entrance of 2, so they'll go up like that. So I don't know what that's going to look like. It's going to look different at least, isn't it? Anyway, most of the cells are closed, as you can see, because there's nobody living in there. Living? Yeah, I guess living. I guess in Supermax prison you do live in that 3x2 that you're in there. Right, we haven't yet found a tunnel. And what I'm going to do a search of that cell block just to see what we can find, if anything. We've had a couple of comments regarding the laundry, people saying we should expand it a bit. I actually agree, we probably do need to do some more washing machines, something we've really neglected over the last couple of episodes, so we're going to put a couple more washing machines in, then we'll just make sure that we've got the small pipe running on that one. We also need to go down and check our capacitor, which is running a little bit hot, but it's not running overly. It's not going to explode at just the drop of a pin. So although if you drop a pin inside the generator, I assume that would probably happen. But no, we should be alright with that. We should be fine. So what else do I need to do? Like I said, my prime objective for this episode is to get all of the flooring done in at least these 2 cell blocks, and I really want to get it done around the rest of the prison as well, but we'll see how it goes. I reckon we've got another couple of episodes left in this prison before we move on a little bit. I'm just going to open that. What's that? A mobile phone found, is that right? Okay. Let's have a quick look at our... I think we'll have a look at our deployment and just check one thing. There was one thing I meant to check, and it is fine. People were mentioning that the security there was a problem with the security that we hadn't had that set, and it's right. Yeah, it's not set, but there's a reason for that, so that's okay. Right, okay, we'll have a look at the contraband, see where that stuff is coming from. So contraband, informants, we don't need to go on informants, actually it's just the last 24 hours there. That was smuggled in, I'm guessing. Yes, smuggled in. There's some cigs that were smuggled in, there's some booze that was smuggled, there's some more booze that was smuggled, and fork that was smuggled from there, booze smuggled in again. There's some a club which was smuggled in, and a spoon that was smuggled in. So pretty much all the contraband is smuggled. I think a couple of episodes ago I went through it and just, determined that 90% of the contraband was smuggled in. There's a guy, John Total Biscuits. I've put Cynical Brit in the sin bin. Good grief. I didn't expect that. He doesn't look like that. Pretty sure he should have a monocle and a top hat there. But, yeah, internet superstar John Total Biscuit Bain was arrested after beating 7 console peasants to death with his FOV slider while wearing nothing but a top hat. Oh, good grief. Sentenced to 22 years for multiple crimes including armed robbery and robbery. Of what? What did he rob? What did he steal? Oh, I can just see him charging into a game store, swinging a Logitech mouse, like a flail. Good grief. He's strong, apparently. Experience. What's his experience? You've been 21 days in the prison. I haven't noticed. To be fair, it isn't like a facing game. It's just a naming game. Good grief. Should we put him in protective custody? Yeah, we'll give him protective custody. Just because we can. There we go. We'll bring him in protective custody. We'll hide him in one of these cells here. You shouldn't be with all these people, you know. A fellow person on the internet and such. There we go. Right. What we need to do now then is finish off the tiling in this area here. That doesn't look too bad actually, but it'll really come to life when we actually fling in the mosaic tiling. So again, we'll just do some mosaic tiling. I got a couple of leftovers of planning. I need to get rid of that at some point. Oh, I've just messed that up a little bit. I'm pretty sure I use that sentence a lot more than I should. Oh, the dog's barking away there. Don't know what he's found, if anything, but we'll see. And we just need to go right along here and finish up to there. Right, okay. Anything else? Yeah, we'll just do the rest. Might as well do the rest and see what it looks like. It is currently nearly 8 o'clock. I want to actually pause it for a second. There we go, there's that done. The reason I'm pausing it is I want to check. Reports, prisoners open the intake, 22 prisoners turning up. We can't have 22 prisoners. Although we could have 22 prisoners. Balls to it. We're very close to the end of the series. We'll just turn it on. If it kicks off, it's fine. Right. If it kicks off, I will load the save and restart this episode, and you would have never heard that. Right. Let's just see what happens here. Have we got... I want to see where Mr. Biscuit is. Let's have a look at our prisoners. Protective custody. He is in protective custody there. There he is. Having a bit of a poo as well. Lovely. Right, okay. Let us finally get on with closing all them tabs eventually. Let's get on with the outside bit. Now, this is something that I've been sort of delaying for a little while because I haven't really figured out exactly what ground I want to use. Now, I want something that's it's going to be quite dark against again something like that, very similar. And I think gravel or road is probably going to be the choice. But I'm going to try again, do a little tester. There's a bit of both in there, and we'll see what we can get. We've only got 18,794 generic units of currency, so we do, excuse me, need to think about maybe selling a couple more shares. As I mentioned, I'm not going to be selling this anyway, so there's no point. I'm not going to be selling anything. And I just thought we should really go through all of these people here and see if there's anyone else that I recognise. Although, sadly, it keeps popping up and going to sort of saying that they're working, which I don't really care about. I'm having a quick look. The fact is that people will be able to, you'll be able to pause this and look. I can't do that. Actually, can I pause it? No. Nope, doesn't do anything at all. Right, so there's no names that I can really see. I'm not actually seeing any Featherstones either, so, that's something at least. Right, So they're placing the gravel in. The problem with gravel is that it doesn't have very defined edges unless you've got it all done. So it looks a bit horrible there because it blends, as you can see. Whereas I want to make sure, I want it to, you know, be all put in. It's taking a while to put that road in. That gravel does look quite dark, doesn't it? And the road looks even darker. Bit of tarmac put in there, lovely. And the shadows going, so. The problem with the gravel is, as you can see, it looks a bit dirty. Dirty gravel. So, which looks better? Which looks better? I think the road looks better. I think the road does look better. As you can see, we've got lots of prisoners coming in there. So what I'm going to do is close that intake. We don't need any more prisoners. What I'm going to do, pause it. And actually, we'll just make sure we get more prisoners in here first. Pause it there. Then we'll go to our contraband and informants. And we need to check all of these. So, tough and volatile. And is that right? Character? Tough and volatile. Yep, you are now supermax. Check other people as well. Fearless. You, sir. Fearless, you need to get... Yep, just checking that. Supermax. What else do we need? Anywhere else? Anyone else that we need to get on supermax? See, these are questionable. We don't know what they are. They do have traits, but I don't know what they are. Right, what I'm going to do is anyone that... Ooh, skilled fighter, you then. We're going to start putting that into supermax. Skilled fighters and tough people are now classed as supermax. Even though they really aren't, I just need the space. So, you, supermax. You, supermax. And we'll keep going around the left. Anyone that's tough gets supermaxed. Because they can, you know, they can take a punch, right? That's how it works. It'll be fine. It probably won't be fine. Strong, maybe strong people get in there as well. We'll see. We'll put the toughies in first. There we go. And I think that's about right. It's getting there. I think we'll put the strong. Oh, there's another tough in there, but I can't see, so we'll get our guard to come down there. You walk over there. Walk over there. You can't order them while you're in this mode. Supermax. And we need to figure out what these other traits are. Well, that's one thing we've actually been doing quite well with this series in general. One of the things we have done very well is figure out exactly what traits people have. And I think that's to do with the phone taps. And I think I mentioned this in the episode before last that I expect that to see a massive hitting with the old Nerf bat on the next patch, because there's no mystery involved after maybe a day of them being in. So you could even maybe they maybe even lie. That's one thing that prisoners do. Prisoners will lie. They'll sort of bull themselves up saying, "Oh yes, I've killed a dozen men with my bare feet." Yeah, whatever. You get the idea that they will brag about what they've done, and maybe they're in there for account fraud or something like that. You never know. There could be. You do get prisoners that have been inappropriately assigned different statuses or high risk, whatever, when they should actually be low risk. You do get that already, as far as I'm aware. So there could be, you could have ones that are lying and such. You could have a person that's going, "Oh, I'm this, and this," and then maybe that'll be put in. Maybe you'll get different ones. So you will have prisoners that will lie, and then you have to figure out whether they're lying or not by either interrogation or whatever. Who knows? Just an idea, eh? Obviously, this game will be in development for the next quarter of a century, but it's ever increasing scope now that it's got more money than God. Right, what do we need to do? That cell block is almost finished, so I'm going to get on with that. Let's go to materials. That looks quite good. I do like the look of that indeed. Just need to go to concrete tiles, work in the concrete tiles like so, go to wooden floor, shove a bit of a wooden floor in there. We need to do some concrete tiles around the back as well, like so. Actually, we need to put concrete tiles around the entire area here, like that. And then in, and then we'll do our, is this concrete tile? It is. Finally, a little bit of mosaic floor that's there. There's a lighter that's been found. Fantastic. Doesn't look like the bit down the bottom here. We did have a sort of flag here saying there may be tunneling happening, maybe, but it looks like that is not the case. Right. I can't decide what to use here, whether it be road or gravel. I'm thinking the gravel because it I think the road's just a bit too clean for my liking. I like a bit of texture to it. Although, to be fair, I can't. I think I'm going to go with the gravel. We'll go with the gravel and see what it's like. There we go. We'll put the gravel just on these corner bits here. And then that is on the inside. That's fine. Gravel all the way along here. We'll know what... obviously, once we've got it all put in, then we'll know... you know, exactly what it'll... we know what it'll be like once we sort this. I know a couple of people were mentioning that we should use grass, but no, I don't like that. Don't like that idea one bit, because it's too nice. It's too nice looking. We need to have it as, you know, a bit dingy as we can. In fact, some people have even gone as far as saying what we should do is put the... let me just run some pathways all the way around here, because I've been meaning to do this for quite some time. Yeah, we should even put the put some sort of walkways in here in the yard, so we have, you know, it coming in like that and then around the outside. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that just to make it, you know, make it look like it's really, you know, you've got almost no grass whatsoever. Just that little bit, that little strip in the middle. I like that idea. That's why I still read the comments for all of the problems that it causes. You do get some really good ideas from it. There we go. Right, one thing I forgot to do. I was thinking about maybe putting some benches and such in around here. That sounds like there's fighting around here. But you know what? I don't think I'm going to... I've decided after... careful consideration that it's probably not going to be a good idea. Where was that from? Why does that guy have a little jig? See him do a little dance there as he was walking along? Right, there's the gravel put in. As you can see, it's a bit dark and dingy. We probably need another gardener then. Is that the case? Do gardeners clean gravel? I can't imagine sweeping gravel being a good idea, but it looks all a bit dingy. Oh, that's the problem. There we go, look. There's an issue actually with the gravel. These one bits there, these ones here, as you can see, doesn't look that good with the gravel. So let me try the road, because we might be switching everything to road. Now if this looks good, then we'll switch it all to road. So we'll see what happens. Obviously max speed now. It's been max speed for quite a while. And we'll see how long that, well, see what that looks like. Around this outside here, I think we will just use road or gravel. I don't know. It'll really depend. We can use... really whatever around there. Won't be much of a problem. I want to get this cell block sorted with some concrete tiling, so let us get on with that. So again, concrete tiling all the way up to, say, there. Then we'll do the same on that side. Concrete tiles go straight in and then along, and we need to just do the holding cell first, then we'll do the walkways as well. While I remember, because I almost forgot on the other side, I'll put these bits in like so, and then the walkways. So the walkways go down to there, and then right along, quite simply, these ones. There we go. I mean, like I said, they're not very practical. There's very little practicality with these. It's all just about the looks, because the speed that they're currently going on is fast anyway, so it is just about the aesthetics of the prison, which is something that I think I might start changing when we come back to this after the new year and such. Is that, or after Christmas rather, I think I'm going to perhaps start trying to do the flooring first and finish sections off without moving on to the other ones. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I always say that I'm going to do that and never end up doing it, but you know, I will try. Okay, almost done that now. It's starting to look really nice, this prison. It's a ball ache trying to do all this, but you know, it's looking nice. Right, there's that. Let's have a quick look. That looks better, that yard. That yard does look good. Have I missed that corner out? I can't have missed that corner out, could I? I mean, I could, it's me, but surely. No, it is ordered. The workmen have just decided that they've laid enough tile for one day. Right, replacing the corners with tarmac, and it looks much better. Yeah, it looks much better. So we're going to replace all the gravel with road now, even though we've just spent a while actually putting all of the gravel in. We're going to change it to road. There we go. Which is not too bad. Oh, what's that? Overdosed. That's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. Okay, right. We've never had this. We need to get our doctor in there as sharp as possible. Get the doctor in there. Or are they going to take them? Ah, no, they're taking them to the doctor. That's something I need to work on as well. The infirmary doctor. Get back to the infirmary. How many doctors do I have? Let's have a quick look. Staff. Doctors. We've only got the one. Let's hire another doctor. And we can start treating our patient, who is now apparently going to be taken back to their cell. Overdosed. That person has obviously got some traits that we need to be aware of. Then they do have questionable traits. We don't know what them traits are, but they do have the traits. Right, back to the roads anyway. Let's get these roads put in. I know I haven't got lights opposite here. That's because there's no entrance there, so we don't need to do it. Although realistically, we do need to have one there because there's an entrance there as well. So we'll do that. We'll put that in. Right, just need to check my road placement. So all this should be road. There we go. Actually looks alright now, which is all good. At least we didn't get, started placing this stuff everywhere, so that's not too bad, because obviously we need to place it in these walkways as well. Right. I think we will leave it there. I have got most of this ordered, so when we come back next episode, we can obviously finish that off, and then we are almost done. All I really need to do is get the flooring laid in and around here. I need to finish off the infirmary, which is, to be fair, it's done. I mean, it's fine, but I'm going to put some more beds in it and just finish some tiling off, I think. There's not much else to really do. I don't know what we're going to do with these buildings here. I think I might just give up on them because there's no real need for them. There's no guard towers in the game yet, so we will see what we're going to... We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, we've got some prisoners in the holding cell, so we need to move people about. But we will see. Again, close to the end now. So, hopefully it won't be too much of a fuss. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.